My friends, this is Sheree. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel, Turquoise Dreaming. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome. I'm going to work on this journal today with the squirrels. And it's the Squirrel Twins, Rand McNally Elf book, vintage. And we made a new cover, back cover, that is, because all I had was the front cover. That's all. I think if I remember right, I saw it at the thrift store and the rest of it was destroyed, and I just brought home the front cover of it. And it was, I don't know if you've ever seen a book that's just, like, I don't think it had a back cover, and the pages were just all written and torn, and, it was like, why is this here? Well, I guess it was because of this cute cover. It was just like this, even though the rest of it was destroyed. So, anyway, today I want to put the fabric on the spine, so I want to see how this looks. I'm kind of anxious to see how this is going to turn out. So I think that we will start with the outside and tear a little piece, and maybe I'll even put some trim on here. I don't know. Let's go ahead and tear a piece here, though, of fabric. I don't want to cover up too much of this front cover. I'll just basically kind of go over and up to the word "the" here. And if I put any trim on there, it might overlap the T a little bit. But anyway, that doesn't really matter too much to me, So, but it won't cover up too much, really. So let's go ahead and get started. Get this done. Because I'm kind of anxious to see how this is going to be. So I do like to tear my fabric. Oh, that didn't tear straight at all. Why? Why did you do that to me? I need it to tear straight. And that didn't tear straight. That is so strange. So I need to tear another piece. Let's try again. Okay, so that didn't tear straight. Let's try the other side. And if this doesn't tear straight, I'm going to have to get my pinking shears out here and actually cut a piece. I don't like to cut. I'd rather, it's easier to tear, and usually the fabric tears straight. I don't have that problem, but that one didn't tear straight. So let's see. Why didn't it tear straight? I don't know, but I'm going to try to tear a little slower here and make sure this one is tearing straight. Usually if I tear it fast right down like that, it tears straight. But okay, this is tearing. Yeah, this one's tearing pretty straight here, so I don't know what happened over there on that side. Okay, this one's okay. Yeah, this one's not perfect, but it's straighter than the other one. So I think I will grab my pinking shears, though, for the top and cut a little pinking sheared edge on the top. So let me grab those. I've got them right here. Can you hear me? My craft room is not too big, so it'll take me long to go and grab something. This is not straight, so I'm just going to cut a little pinked edge here, and that'll be pretty on the top anyway. Yeah, see? There we go. Isn't that pretty? And then we'll do the same on the bottom. About right here. Go ahead and cut that off. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, that piece I don't want. This piece I want. And let's pull off any strings. This side doesn't have any. This side has a couple. Do I need to cut those, or I think I need to cut those off. The strings. Yeah, this fabric was from the thrift store. I have a big piece of it in the other room, so this is just a little piece I brought in here today. But I have a big folded piece in the other room that I got from the thrift store one time. Yeah, that is pretty. That's really pretty, isn't it? Yeah, I wanted something that wasn't, like, some of my fabrics are really bright, so I wanted something with color, but not like bright color. You know what I mean? Like, this is enough color without being super bright, because it's kind of a muted vintage, even though it's got color, and this turquoise is really pretty. It's still kind of a muted color, and I thought that was perfect for fall. So because we're going to do a little hint of fall, or quite a bit of fall on the inside of this journal. So let's glue this fabric down. I hope everyone's having a nice day, nice week. Things are going well at home or at work or wherever you are. If they're not, I hope they get better. I really hope they get better for you. If they are, that's great. So let's see. I think that should be plenty of glue. I like to make sure I get it in these, where the book folds or bends, because if you don't, then you're going to have a little pucker there, you know what I mean? If you've ever done that, you know. So I try to avoid the puckers and get glue everywhere that I need it. So it's sticking up a little bit above the bottom and the top with where the pinked edge is, which I think is, I've really been doing that. I've been doing that lately, and I think it's really pretty. So let me just press this down into the glue here. I kind of press it down into those folds too, and make sure it gets down into that glue, kind of like melds with my glue there that I put in there, and attaches. So there's a little string here I want to cut off. But yeah, not much is happening around here this week. Just going to work, coming home, you know, the same routine, Monday through Friday. Weekend, family day was today. This is Saturday when I'm doing this video. I had family day today. That's when my kids come over. Whoever's available and not going to work that day comes over for lunch. And my younger son and his wife came, but then they had a little errand to run, so they couldn't stay too long after lunch. And then my older son stayed with my granddaughter for a little while. My husband and my son played a game, and while I played with Riley, and I did a little crafting, actually, because she was playing by herself. I was watching her, you know, but she doesn't need me to. She was doing Play-Doh and stuff, so she doesn't need me to sit beside her every second anymore, now that she's almost 4 in November. She's a big girl now, right? When they're 4, they're like little teenagers sometimes. But she's quite a little character. You know how they are when they're 3 and 4 years old. They're little characters. Little girls are. She's quite a little character. But we had fun. And then they went home. Alright, so let me see if I have all my edges here on this outside front cover. That is looking gorgeous. I'm just saying. I will put a little trim there. In fact, yeah, I need to. That is so pretty on the spine. Like, I thought it would look good, but it looks even better than I imagined. I don't know if you can see that in person, or I don't know if you can see that on the camera, how pretty it is, but it's really pretty. So yeah, that's how it looks on the outside. Let's see now. Can I use this piece that I said? See, on the inside is going to be more covered. Oh, I can even that out is what I can do. Okay, so I'm going to cut. Let me see. The bottom part is too narrow. Let me see if the top part is wide enough. It's going to cover the tape. Plus, I don't know if I'll put any trim on the inside. A lot of times I won't put trim on the inside, but I'll put it on the outside. But you know, I can always put it on the inside if I wanted to. So let's pink this edge here on this top on the inside too. And then we'll measure, and we'll put, let me see, put it right down to the edge. Yep, it's covering all the tape, so that's what I want. So it's wide enough. So I can use that first crooked piece. As you can see, maybe you can see how straight this side is. So I'm going to, let's see, let me pull off the strings first of all. And then I'm going to, you know, I probably don't really even need to even that up. It looks fine. I think I'll turn it like this though. The wider part at the top. because by the time you get this in here and you get pages in there, you won't even really notice that it's crooked. And if you did notice it, I would put a little trim there. If it bothered me, I would put a little trim there, but I think it's going to be fine. So there's a few more little strings here that I would like to cut off, just kind of like little whiskers here. Let me cut those off. Okay, that is good. Let me get rid of the little whiskers so I don't have them floating around and trying to attach themselves to things that I don't want them to attach themselves to, like any glue I might have somewhere. Okay, so we're going to put glue here. Where's my glue? And yeah, this fabric inside gets covered up pretty much, so you just see the little edges peeking out usually. You know how it is. So it'll look, you know, pretty different than it does right now. I'm definitely not putting anything to cover up this squirrel. Like, there will not be a pocket there in the front or anything covering up. There's a little bee there. I'm not doing anything to cover that up, but I could put one here. And we'll see, because this is a beautiful little page right now. And again, I'm going to get my folds. Don't want any puckers on the inside either. So I try to make sure there's no spots, like I'm looking at it close now in the light and kind of turning it so I can see where the glue is. So I can be sure everything is covered. So in the end, when I put the fabric on there, there's no spaces that are going to be like without glue that aren't going to be glued down. You know what I mean? So that there's no puckers. Like, and if you leave a spot without glue, that part's not going to get glued down, so you could have a pucker. Okay, so let's put this down. Narrow part on the bottom, like I said, but it's covering all of the tape here. Okay. I like the frayed edge, so a lot of times I won't put trim, because I just love that frayed edge of the fabric, like right here. This side is frayed. And the straight edge is fine too, so, you know, they don't have to be both frayed or both straight or anything. If this is the back, this is the front, they don't have to be the same. I'm going to press it down into the folds. I mean, you can do whatever you want to do if you're making a journal. There's really there's no rules. I mean, I don't know what a rule would be in making junk journals. It's like whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? I can't even think of a rule right now. There's no rules. It's whatever you want to do, whatever you want to put in it. So I just want to get this edge down a little bit better here. I do the edges at the end. There's a gnat in here. Again, I think it's gnat season, apparently. I think we go through this every year where maybe it's the fall, maybe it is the fall when we get a couple gnats in here once in a while. And then we have to be, where I'm like, then I look it up, like, how do you get rid of gnats? You know what I mean? I look it up every year, and there's a certain thing you do in the kitchen, just in case it's coming from the kitchen, and that usually does it. It's like pour bleach in your drain or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember what it is, white vinegar, whatever it is. And I do it, and that's it. Then the gnats are gone. And it's not like we have a lot of gnats either. It's like 2 gnats or something, or like 1 gnat, but even 1 gnat is like, it can be really annoying. So, yeah. Like every year I go through the gnat season, whatever. I'll have to try to remember that it was fall this year, because I haven't seen a gnat until now, until the fall. You know what I mean? So, all right. I think my edges are pretty good. I don't mind the edges being a little loose sometimes, like just barely maybe up. But I think I would rather have them glued down if possible. So these are all nice and glued down. All right, so let's see how she looks now. I have to think about the color of a trim and look around a little bit, like this color right here. If I have, it's kind of a purplish color. That could be really pretty here, or a green. I don't think I would want to do pink or blue. It would be, pink would stand out too much and blue would be blend in too much. So that purple, if I could find something that color, I think that would be really cool on the back and the front. And then I don't really need a label back here, but we could put a little something. If I find a squirrel or something like that, a leaf, something fallish, I'm sure I have something. But anyway, we'll work on this some more in the next video. I hope you enjoyed the progress today. And stay tuned. I'm going to start working on the pages too. But I'm going to look for some trim first, and I'll come back and work on that and maybe work on the pages in the next video. So thank you for watching today, and I'll see you in my next one. Have a great day.